So today, we're going to break down a really powerful way to think about choosing an online business. But this isn't just about making money. No, this is about designing a life of actual freedom. We're going to get into exactly how you can build a business that serves you and not the other way around.
And it all starts with this one question. This is the question that frames this entire explainer. Seriously, what is the point of making a ton of money if you end up hating your life? When you start there, it forces you to think about the end goal first, to really define what you want from all this work.
And the answer to that question is something the source material calls the freedom trifecta. This is our new benchmark, our North Star. Yeah, financial freedom is obviously a huge piece of the puzzle, but the real goal is to combine it with time freedom, that's being able to work whenever you want, and location freedom, the ability to work from literally anywhere. The truth is, most business models out there just can't deliver on all three.
So, with the freedom trifecta as our guide, let's take a hard look at the three main types of online businesses people usually start. We're going to see how each one stacks up against our three freedoms.
This table, well, it really lays it all out, doesn't it? A service-based business, like being a freelancer or running an agency, it's cheap to start, sure, but time and location freedom? Forget about it. You are chained to your clients and their time zones. And physical products? We're talking high costs and being physically tied to inventory. You can see right there, digital products are the only one that really scores high across the board.
And this quote just brilliantly illustrates that service business trap. The source tells the story about living in Bali and meeting all these agency owners. They were technically location independent, right? But they had to work US hours. So they'd work all night and sleep all day. What's the point of being in paradise if you never get to see the sun?
The problem is just as real when you're dealing with physical things. The story about the creator's dad and his real estate investments is just a nightmare. He was so physically tied to the properties, he'd literally sleep there just to stop people from stealing stuff. I mean, that is the polar opposite of location freedom.
Okay, so if service businesses chain you to a schedule and physical products chain you to a place, well, that leaves one very, very obvious winner in our hunt for the freedom trifecta.
And here's why the advantages are just so massive. Startup costs are super low, and profit margins are crazy high because, well, you're not making anything physical. You have total location independence, zero inventory, no shipping, and because there are way fewer moving parts, the learning curve is so much lower than these other complex businesses.
All right, so digital products are the vehicle to get us to freedom, but that leads to the next huge decision. How do you actually sell them? Do you try to build everything yourself from the ground up, or do you plug into a massive system that's already built? Believe me, this choice has enormous implications for your time freedom.
And the answer, according to our source, is simple. Don't reinvent the wheel. Instead, you leverage the biggest retail platform on the entire planet, Amazon. It's all about tapping into a ready-made ecosystem of millions of buyers who are already there, wallets out, ready to spend. And just think for a second about what that really means. When you use a platform like Amazon, you get to cross off all the biggest headaches of running an online business. No building a website from scratch. No figuring out how to drive traffic. No payment processors. No customer service emails. No refunds. Amazon handles all of that. It lets you focus on the one thing that actually matters, making a great product. So why Amazon? I mean, really why? It comes down to one absolutely staggering number, 40%. That is the slice of all online spending in the United States that happens on Amazon. And this bar chart, wow, it really puts that number into perspective. Just look at the gap. Amazon is sitting there at 40%, and its closest competitor, Walmart, is at a tiny 6%. If you want to sell stuff online, you go where the customers are, and this chart makes it painfully clear they are on Amazon.
Okay, so we've narrowed it down. We're selling digital products on Amazon. Now let's get even more specific and look at the exact business model that really fulfills that freedom trifecta.
It's called Amazon KDP, which stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. It's Amazon's completely free platform that lets you sell digital books, think ebooks and audiobooks. But here's the magic part. You can also sell physical paperback books that are printed on demand. That means zero inventory, ever. Someone buys a book, Amazon prints one copy and ships it. You do nothing. And that print-on-demand model makes the entire business so much simpler. It really just boils down to three core steps. Research a topic people are willing to pay for. Create the book, and then market the book. That's it. Just compare that to the dozens and dozens of steps for an e-commerce or an agency business.
And I can hear it right now. The biggest objection is probably screaming in your head. It's the one thing that stops almost everyone before they even start. But I'm not a writer. I can't write a book.
Well, here's the great news. You don't have to be. You can hire professional ghostwriters to do it for you. You can use AI to help with drafts and outlines. Or you can create what are called low-content books, like journals, coloring books, or planners, which are more about design than writing. In fact, the author of our source material has published over 400 books, and he freely admits he's never written a single one of them himself.
And listen, using a ghostwriter isn't some weird secret. It's the industry standard. Like the source points out, you know all those books by celebrities, politicians, famous athletes? The vast majority of them are ghostwritten. It is way more common than you think. It's just how bestsellers get made.
So let's pull all this together and talk about the single biggest takeaway from all of this. Because it's about more than just a business model. It's about a fundamental shift in how you think about your work and your income.
And it all comes down to this really important distinction. Are you building a job or are you building an asset? A service business is a job. You are constantly trading your time for money. But a digital product like a KDP book, that's an asset. You create it one time and it can sell over and over again for years, earning passive income. It's something you actually own.
And I mean a literal, sellable asset. Just to prove the point, the creator of the source material we're looking at, Sean Dalwett, he sold his first KDP publishing business for $820,000. You can't exactly sell your freelance career for that kind of money.
And he's not the only one who figured this out. Check out this message from another entrepreneur who sold his KDP business, went and tried a bunch of other models, and then came right back. He realized just how uniquely powerful KDP is. He even said, "I was an idiot for stopping." That tells you everything.
And so that brings us to the final question, the one that really sits at the core of this whole analysis. As you think about your next move, your next venture, just ask yourself this. Are you building a true business that can set you free, or are you just building yourself another, more demanding job? The answer to that, well, that's going to determine everything.